You've had to focus in on Andrew and others like Andrew. You call them, I believe, people with unique abilities. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Why did you use that term?
Well, it's you know, I think for a lot of us, you would hear, well, he's a Down syndrome child or disabled or whatever it may be. And I think one of the, and really my wife, who is, you know, just incredible with all this, we really started to talk about as we saw Andrew grow, and we don't look at him as being disabled. You know, my wife always says they're not Down syndrome children, they're children. They're children first. They just happen to be different. Same thing with autism. You hear somebody say, well, he's an autistic child. Well, no, he's a child. And then he just happens to have autism. And what we saw in Andrew was not disability, but he clearly has unique abilities. And we wanted to try to bring those out, which really just kind of started that concept of they're not disabled, they just have unique abilities, and our job as parents and really as a state is to help them on that journey find exactly where they need to be.
However, when Andrew was born, and I'm sure others born with unique abilities, the parents at that time, 11 years ago, there was no clear path charted, was there, as to what you would want to do as parents to help Andrew make the best of his unique abilities, right? There's not a clear path. There wasn't a clear path for the state and for educational institutions, post-secondary institutions, et cetera, correct?
Right. And I think a lot of it was just the information. It's with any new child, it's overwhelming. But for young parents who have a child with unique ability, and it's also children that are diagnosed with autism, that tends to be a little bit later, 3, 4, 5 years old. For a parent, it's where do I go? Where's the information? And the state has a lot of great programs. When Governor Bush was here, we actually worked with him, because Andrew had just been born, on increasing funding for early intervention and various things like that. But it was just this overwhelming, I don't know what the next move is. And the other thing for us, and I give Camille all the credit, is once we sort of got into that world, the number of families that would reach out to us and really talk to us about different things that they were having, inclusion issues in the school system, the IEP, the Individuals with Education Plan, and really trying to empower parents. And so that has kind of led us to where we are, where we have all these opportunities. We want to package them together. And so you say to a family, okay, you're on this journey, here's a roadmap from the state of Florida, and here are all the options that you're going to have. And you can pick and choose public school, private school, homeschool, our scholarship program, McKay, but then ultimately the post-secondary option, whether it's vocational training or a 4-year institution.